Foreign Minister of Iran, Manouchehr Mottaki, welcome to talk to Al Jazeera.
Thank you very much. It's good to talk with you.
To begin with, news of another round of meeting with US authorities. This is the fourth such meeting in the course of the year. Is there a thawing in relations between the US and Iran?
تشکر میکنم از فرصتی که ایجاد کردید.
I thank you for this opportunity. As previously stipulated, these discussions are concerning Iraq, which obviously Iraqi delegates would also participate in. The issue of bilateral relation between Iran and America is a separate independent issue that must be discussed and analyzed on its own. We are hopeful that the fourth round of discussions between Iran and America would be fruitful for the people of Iraq and for the government of Iraq, and for some of the problems of Iraq, especially for the security-related issues.
What can Iran offer in terms of creating stability within Iraq?
آنچه که موجب پیچیدگی در
What has resulted in the complication of the issues in Iraq are the wrong policies exercised by the Americans in Iraq. If we were to compare what Mr. Bush uttered 3 months after the invasion of Iraq, in which he declared that the mission in Iraq is accomplished, yet now we are approaching the 5th year of the presence of the foreign forces on Iraq's territory, while there is no serious sign of a solution for the problems of Iraq. In other words, there is no one who could tell us for how much longer the foreign forces will remain in Iraq. This proves that the occupiers' policies were wrong in Iraq. What we have tried to communicate to the Americans in our previous meetings is that they must change their policies on Iraq. They must make up for their wrong policies and adopt the right policy. In an event where these conditions are adopted naturally, Iran will be able to play its constructive role in order to resolve the problems of Iraq in a much more active and serious manner. Therefore, Iran, both in the framework of its relation with its neighbours and the framework of wide-ranging meetings where the foreign ministers of the Permanent Security Council's members, as well as the G8, were present in Istanbul, participated in a committed and responsible manner. In order to show that it has thought over the issue and has analysed the issues, it forwarded its 14-point plan to the meeting for further discussion. Prior to the meeting, I sent my plan to the foreign ministers of the participating countries and requested that they should study it and forward their opinions to me. The key issues for the solution of the crisis in Iraq are the withdrawal of the foreign forces from Iraq and the resolution to the security situation of the country. The Iraqi government must forward a plan stating the withdrawal date of foreign forces from Iraq, and the UN must not renew and extend the presence of the foreign forces in Iraq as of that date. On the other hand, we are committed to the disarming of the militia forces in Iraq, and they must be integrated in the armed forces, security forces, and other government departments. The neighbouring countries must also open their embassies in Baghdad as soon as possible. And there are further problems inside Iraq related to the issues of the constitution concerning the boundaries of the provinces or the issue of Kirkuk and other similar divisive issues. We have proposed that they should be put on the back burner for a period of 2 years. Therefore, I believe if all analyse, participate and work towards finding a practical solution to the problem of Iraq and ways to practically implement these plans, there is the opportunity to reach a real resolution of the security situation in Iraq.
You mentioned the question of militia there. Well, the US has contended that Iran helps arm militias and supports them and thus feeds the instability. Iran, for its part, says that the presence of US forces is a creator of instability within Iraq. Given all of this, though, can Iraq resolve its own problems? Can it achieve stability without outside interference?
اینکه امریکا در عراق چه ادعاهایی رو مطرح
The fact that America is raising certain allegations in Iraq is understandable. The American policies in Iraq after 5 years have failed. Therefore, America is looking for scapegoats. It wants to blame others, so we understand their situation. It would be better for them to revise and correct their policies in Iraq. As far as the security issues is concerned, I stipulated earlier that Iraq must have one armed force, one security force, and all other groups must surrender based on the constitution and become part of the military and the security force. From the very onset, we are of the belief that a government born out of the votes of the Iraqi people is more capable than the foreign forces to deal with the issue of security in the country. Therefore, in this 14-point plan, we propose that until the withdrawal of the foreign forces from Iraq, security matters should be handled by the government of Iraq. We are of the belief that the Iraqi government is better situated to confront the terrorist groups.